Jesus Freak here, and in a comment on someone else's video, I referred to myself as a cultural Catholic, even though I said I'm very much not a Catholic. And I'm going to explain that because this is a bit of a weird situation, something that's going to take a bit of unpacking. Now, between the people who have raised me, because I've been through a lot of foster homes and stuff, I was only lived with my own family for a few years, but a lot of the people who were involved in raising me were Catholic. And I didn't grow up Catholic, but I had enough exposure to it that sometimes I acted. And I've actually had people will say they could swear I was a Catholic, and I don't know how they did because I'm because if they ask me anything about what I believed about this or that, you know, I'm very much at odds with the Church of Rome. And but I still, fast before communion. I still, at least sometimes, I'll have, fish fry on Friday because, I'm Western New York or Central New York or grew up there. And in both places, that's a big thing. And I extend that so far as I'll usually go vegetarian once a week. Not out of any religious obligations or whatever. I just do it because I do it. But I'm openly opposed to the teachings of the Church of Rome to the point that if I see them in other churches, like I'll go sometimes to Episcopal churches when I don't feel right going to a service at my own church because of conflicts. For example, if they preempted the sermon, something that I think should never happen, or if they have breakfast / communion because I wouldn't be able to eat breakfast there because the communion's afterward. But that's just personal practice. So sometimes I go to an Episcopal church because they're not that different from the church I usually go to. And like I'll never use their proper terminology. I refuse to refer to their preachers as priests. I'm willing to say reverend, I'm willing to say pastor, I'm willing to say preacher. I'm not going to say priest. And I will not say father because Matthew 23 makes that very clear. We don't refer to our religious authorities, so to speak, as father. And I'll never I'll never give any authority to the Pope or, the Bishop of Rome more correctly. He's just a normal human being like anyone else. And holds no authority for me. But, like I said, I have this cultural connection that's separate from any dogmatic. It's just like you'll have people say, oh, they're Jewish, but they don't believe in Judaism. And my connection with Catholicism is the same basic idea that I grew up around it to the point that I've absorbed the culture associated with Roman Catholicism. But I'm not a Catholic. And I'm sure, I think there was one time Pastor Brett took me out on a Friday, and what I happened to get was a fish fry or a fish sandwich or something. That's, I mean, yeah, that's just me being me being culturally Catholic without being dogmatically or religiously Catholic. I don't identify with the Catholic Church, but, if it's not a matter of dogma, then sometimes I just, blend in a little bit. By the way, this Bible that I'm holding up, someone on one of the Facebook groups I'm in said that he was interested in how old it was because, well, it's a genuine Cambridge turquoise. So he told me to look at the end of Revelation and tell him what it said. And it says 15F74. So it's a 1974. The last year that Brooke Crutchley was the university printer. And yes, it's a Mormon Bible. But as long as you ignore the Mormon section in the middle, it's just another Cambridge turquoise. So at the same time, I looked up in my Cameo that I have, and dated that one. Now, this doesn't have a date in the end of Revelation. There's nothing there. But at the end of the concordance, there's a very similar looking code, 50C55. So this is in 1955 Cambridge Cameo. Just thought I'd mention that for anyone who was curious. Constant Comment green. My family was always big on Constant Comment, and I like green tea. So, Jesus freak out.